Today is Monday, April the 21st, and you have joined Ask a Care Navigator, Mondays with Maureen. Hello, everyone. My name is Maureen Williams, and I'm the Director of Care Navigation here at Four Seasons, the care you trust. And we try to create this space on most Mondays to talk about issues associated with living well and aging well, and perhaps how Four Seasons may be of service. If at any time you have any questions about what I'm sharing with you or about our services, you can drop that information in the comments box, either now live or later, or you can call us at 866 466 9734 and ask for me, or whomever answers the phone may be able to answer your questions. Or you can go to our website, which is fourseasonscare.org. Spell out the number four, FOURSEASONSCARE.org. Well, thank you for joining us. If you joined us last week or earlier in the month, when I have had two special estate planning friends join us, Coral Allman and Justice Mullen. They're from separate practices. And Coral talked about what charitable living looks like, giving, not charitable living, charitable giving looks like while you're still alive. And Justice Mullen last week spoke to us about how to prepare to meet with an estate planning attorney. And I do encourage everyone to have estate plans in place. You don't want the probate courts to make your decisions for you, certainly not after your death, but also while you're still alive. You don't want to have your decisions about your own health care or your own businesses just thrown into court or disarray if there's no one to make decisions on your behalf. I frequently talk about the healthcare power of attorney or having some sort of advanced care directives, advanced care plans. I think that is so important. And last Wednesday, April 16th, was National Healthcare Decisions Day. And I do hope if you haven't made your healthcare decisions known in writing, please do so. It's never too late. Make your decisions known, put them in writing. Well, I also mention periodically something called a general durable power of attorney, or a general power of attorney, or a durable power of attorney. So I thought I'd just share some information with you about that document. Please know I am not an attorney. I am not giving legal advice, but I want to share with you what this document is and how it can help you. And also what the role of the agent is, okay? Just a little bit, because I interface with both healthcare powers of attorney and durable powers of attorney. And sometimes it's the same person, but frequently it's not. So just it's good to have these documents in place. They protect you while you're alive. And of course, your last will and testament protects your assets after your death. So in North Carolina, and I can only speak to what's going on in North Carolina because that's where I live and work, this general durable power of attorney provides broad and sweeping powers to act on behalf of the principal, the person who's asked you to act as his or her agent. This document authorizes you, as the agent, to make decisions regarding the principal's property, okay, on his or her behalf. You'll be acting with respect to this person's property, which could include real and tangible assets or money, whether or not the person is able to act for himself or herself. So, whether or not the principal is able to act for himself and herself, you, as the general durable power of attorney, have the authority to make these decisions. See why this is broad and sweeping? This power of attorney does not authorize this agent to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. So if you're a durable power of attorney, you should not be asked, and if asked, you should not make healthcare decisions on behalf of the person you're representing. If you're selecting someone to be your general durable power of attorney, select someone whom you trust to serve as your agent, someone whom you think you know pretty well, someone who will make your decisions acting in your best interest. And unless you specify otherwise, this authority to make these decisions continues until your death as the principal, or until you revoke this power of attorney, if the agent resigns, which is fine. Those are all fine. This document that I'm reviewing with you, designates an agent to act as power of attorney, a successor, and a second successor, up to three. Just like with healthcare powers of attorney, I encourage people to have at least two of these, at least two. I see many with three. And in fact, there's an opportunity for all three or two to act as co-agents. And I would encourage you to work with your attorney to set that up. That's beyond my scope here. I'm just informing you of your options. Now, if this agent is unwilling or unable to act for you for whatever reason, the primary one, then it defaults to the successor. And if that person is unable or unwilling, it defaults to the second successor. You see how that goes. Now, as soon as this document, this document with broad and sweeping powers is signed, it is effective immediately. Immediately, whether you're incompetent or incapacitated or quite have full of control of your faculties. Now, if you have any questions about this power of authority, if this is the one that you're asking an attorney to set up for you, please ask questions of your attorneys. They want to answer your questions. They want to make sure this is a document that represents you well and what your best interests are. Now, I want to share with you just a few of the items. This is not a comprehensive list. Just a few of the items of the general authority that you're giving an agent responsibility to make decisions for you on your behalf, okay? And there's a long list here of things that the general durable power of attorney can make decisions for you about. But if you just want all of them, that's fine, or you can just select certain ones. But let me give you an example of some of the authority over which a general durable power of attorney will be able to make decisions on your behalf. To make decisions about your real property or your tangible personal property, your banks and other financial institutions. Hear me clearly. Insurances and annuities, benefits from government programs or military service programs, retirement plans, and taxes. This is just a sampling of the general authority that you are granting to an agent on your behalf, and it becomes effective immediately. Now, there are certain acts that a general durable power of attorney may not do unless you specify. For example, a general durable power of attorney cannot make a gift on your behalf unless you've given him or her authority and included in this document. This person can't create or change rights of survivorship unless you've given him or her authority to do so. The general durable power of attorney cannot create or change a beneficiary designation unless you signed on this document and given him or her right or authority to do so. This person may not, this is powerful in this electronic age, this person may not access the content of electronic communications just by virtue of his or her authority as your general durable power of attorney agent, unless you've designated that he or she may do so. There are other things that this does not grant the authority to do, but that's in this document. But I thought I'd give you a sample of things because many people get anxious about these. As always, contact your attorney if you have any questions. And let me remind you, this goes into effect immediately. Immediately. Now, because this is a legal document, it does require a notary signature. You have to sign this in the presence of a notary in North Carolina. Unlike the healthcare power of attorney, this does not require witnesses to be signed to be a legal document. It just has to be signed in the presence of a notary public. That's it. I'm a notary public. So that's it. That's this broad, sweeping authority that you, as a principal, are granting to another person, an agent, a durable power of attorney, to act on your behalf. Should the need arise, but you need to know it's effective immediately upon signature and notary. All right. Now, these documents in the state of North Carolina give some advice and instructions to the agent as well, which I think is pretty nice. What your duties might be. This is a special legal relationship that you just entered into. If you're the agent, you've entered into it with someone that's called the principal in these documents. It's really special. You must do what the principal reasonably expects you to do with the principal's property. Or in the case of the principal being unable to express it to you, you're expected to act in the principal's best interest, always. Not your best interest. You're expected to act in good faith. You're expected to do nothing beyond the authority granted in the general power of attorney, and you are to disclose your relationship as the agent whenever you are acting for the principal. It explains exactly how to do that. You must also act loyalty to the principal for the benefit of the principal. You must avoid conflicts of interest. You must act with care, competence, and diligence on behalf of the principal, on behalf of the person you're representing. You should keep a record of all receipts and transactions you make on your principal's behalf. You should cooperate with any person who has to make healthcare decisions on behalf of the principal. And I find myself in those positions quite often. There's a healthcare power of attorney and there's a general power of attorney, general durable power of attorney. And they have to act on the behalf of the principal, the principal's best interest. And you, as the agent, are expected one of the other, expected to work with the other. You are expected to attempt to preserve the person's estate plan. And there's some other expectations of you as well. So there's some nice instructions in this document for the general durable power of attorney. And of course, this relationship can terminate itself at any time if you as the agent die, and certainly if the principal dies, it's over. The principal can revoke this document at any time. You may be a principal, a durable power of attorney for a specific period of time, like to sign off on real estate until a sale occurs, because the person you're representing is out of the country for whatever reason. Then it might terminate at that time. And there's some other provisions for that, but it can be terminated. And the main thing I want you as the agent to know, and you as the principal, the person asking someone to represent you in these business and financial matters about your property, if you have any questions at all and any time, please contact your attorney. Please seek legal advice because this is a very special legal relationship that I must emphasize again. As soon as it's signed and notarized, this goes into effect immediately. Unlike the healthcare power of attorney, which goes into effect when you become incapacitated or incompetent, this goes into effect immediately. Please notice the nuances. That's why you want to make sure you have a very trustworthy person as your durable power of attorney. And do have someone, please, I encourage you to have someone lined up to act on your behalf for your property. And by the way, this makes things so much easier while you're alive. And if you have a last will and testament, my goodness, that makes things so much easier from a business perspective upon your death. All right. I hope you have a better understanding of what a general durable power of attorney is. If you have one for yourself, I hope you do. Or if you're acting on someone's behalf, what your roles and responsibilities might include, the importance of how it goes into effect immediately, and the kind of general broad sweeping powers you might have. There's much more to this document. And if you want to get more information about this particular document, which is recognized in the state of North Carolina, you can Google North Carolina statutory short form power of attorney. I'll repeat, North Carolina statutory short form power of attorney. That's the document that I was referencing here. Can also probably also find this on the Secretary of State's website, which is sosnc.gov. All right. Wow. Deep breath. That's a lot this month about these various legal matters. So join me next Monday, April the 28th at noon for another topic, not so legal in nature, another topic associated with living well and aging well, and how perhaps Four Seasons may be of service. If you have any questions at all, you can put your comments in the comments box, or you can call us at 866-466-9734, or go to our website, please, at fourseasonscare.org. Thank you so much and have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.